Hello, History Mas 141. In this video, I'll be discussing our course syllabus and really the kind of contract, so to speak, of the class, right? This is where you can find all of the detailed information regarding our course. Most importantly, I'm sure for many of you, is the grades and assignments and the course schedule to get an idea of what you're up against this semester. All right, so let's go ahead and take a closer look at the 141 syllabus. I'm going to scroll. I'm not going to cover and read every detail from the syllabus, but I just want to point out a few areas of importance for you to focus on. And tomorrow, as I mentioned in the previous video, we will have a knowledge check quiz that will ask you some questions about the course syllabus and some of the information in that week 1 module. All right, so our class is a fast track summer class, section 503, begins today, June 21st, and it ends on August 5th. My information is as follows. You can reach me via email, and for any class communication, please message me in Canvas. I won't answer emails through the bluna@swccd.edu email address, and the reason is it's just easier to keep everything within Canvas. Myself, and I'm sure other instructors included, we receive so many communications from the college and even outside the college that sometimes it's hard to keep track of all those messages. So please message me in Canvas and in Canvas only. If you can't reach me through Canvas for some reason, then go ahead and send it to the bluna@swccd.edu, and I'll redirect it. But my preferred method and my only method of contact really should be through Canvas. So thank you for your assistance with that. If you need to contact me via email, you can call the school, via telephone. You can call the School of Arts, Communication, and Social Sciences, and you can leave a message there, and they'll contact me. I don't have a voicemail, but you can contact them if these other methods of communication aren't working. And I have a Zoom link here. I previously mentioned we'll be meeting via Zoom, and I'll provide more detail about that very shortly here. But we're going to have a schedule that's set up sometime this week regarding that. I have no official office hours for this course, but I will respond to your emails and messages within 24 to 36 hours. If you don't receive a response, please get back to me. It doesn't mean I forgot about you. It just means that maybe somehow I thought I replied to you and I didn't. Do you ever receive a text and think like in your head, oh, I replied to this person, and then 3 days pass, you're like, oh wow, I didn't do that. Unfortunately, it's a bad habit of mine. So I want to make sure, if you don't hear from me, and the day passes by, send me another message, please. That's a big help to me, and I'll say, oh, apologies for the delayed response. That's usually how I respond to those messages. Our class is all online. There's no set day or time to meet. It's asynchronous, so you're going to work at your own pace, but we'll be in communication, and as I mentioned, hopefully those Zoom meetings might be a good option for you. So we have 2 student learning outcomes. The first is that based on a rubric scored on a 5-point scale, students will write a 10-page paper. This is going to reflect your collegiate command of research, critical thinking, content development, coherence, and sentence structure. It's a big task, but I know we're up for it, and we'll have some flexibility regarding that assignment and some of the requirements. So we'll talk more about that this week. The second student learning outcome is you critically analyze 19th century Anglo-American westward expansion and its consequences in Mexican-American history prior to 1850. That's a big task, but we're going to talk about how that expansion impacted Mexican-American history, and by extension, you should consider the impact on indigenous peoples, on African Americans, other groups that settled in these areas as well. The required textbook for our course is the Course of Mexican History, the 11th edition. I prefer that you get the ebook so you can get it and start working. But if you need to order a copy, you can do so online. You can also contact our Southwestern College bookstore and for more detail. If you find an older edition, please message me and let me know, and I'll let you know if that edition will work. For instance, my print edition is the 10th edition, and there's not really a big difference, but I also use the 11th edition as an ebook online as well. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and please contact the bookstore for more information about availability. I'm going to skip through the curriculum points, and you can read that. That's kind of a detailed listing of some of the things that we'll be discussing this semester. We're going to work primarily through discussions, through knowledge checks, and through the essay assignment. Those are going to be kind of the basis for the class. And our discussion assignments will open on Mondays, maybe even earlier in some instances. And then I want you to post your initial post by Thursday for those discussions that require that. There may be a discussion where you don't have to post or reply to your classmates. But for those that do, I'll list that in the discussion instructions. And then by Sunday, make sure you've replied to a couple of your classmates. My goal, as I mentioned, is to work on Monday and take a look at your post and give you some feedback if needed. I'll be using the rubric to grade your work, so that will give you an indication of how well you're meeting or not meeting the requirements of the assignment. So definitely take a look at the rubric. I'll point it out to you, but that's a good starting point for any assignment. And we'll go ahead and move forward. One thing I wanted to point out is my open door policy. Really, this boils down to if you have any problems, please message me as soon as possible. If you're, an accident happens and you're out of commission or something, if you are ill, if you need to travel out of the country and you're not going to have access to the internet, reliable access, please message me before. In the cases of you're leaving out of town, and in the case of an emergency, please message me when you're okay and comfortable and have time to do so. Messaging me a week later because you've missed multiple assignments is problematic, because now we're having to play catch up, and it makes it more difficult for me to offer a fair and reasonable option to get back on track. So I want to assist those folks who face these challenges, but at the same time, I want to be fair to the classmates who have been working hard and sacrificing their time to ensure they're successful in the course. Late work. This is another important point in the course syllabus. All assignments will close at 11:59, so if you submit it at 12, technically it's late. Okay, so please try to make sure you submit it before midnight. Work that is 1 day late, you'll be docked 25%. Work that is 2 days late, you'll get up to half credit. If the assignment is poorly executed, you may receive less points based off of that situation. So keep in mind, turning in something late, it still needs to meet the requirements of the assignment to ensure that you're getting the maximum points possible. If you got 100 on the assignment and you submit it 1 day late, then now you have 75 points. So keep that in mind. And if the quality of the assignment is lower than that, then that is graded accordingly. Please label your assignments late in your submission comments. So anytime you submit an assignment, there should be an area for commentary. Put late. And if there isn't, just simply put late in your post if it's a late post or a late discussion post, etc. Okay? And then also, with the discussion assignments, if you submit Friday, Saturday for your first post, that's considered late. All right, so just keep that in mind. I'll talk a little bit more about that as well, and I'll message you to provide some more clarity regarding that. Week 1 with this first discussion, we'll have flexibility. People are coming into the course, so I want to ensure everybody has the time. But from here moving forward, we're going to enforce these late work policies. Please save all your work. Submitting something and messaging me telling me that you submitted it and I can't find a record of it, you're going to need to go back to your saved work. So please do so. Plagiarism and cheating, I want you to do your best job to put your ideas and communication into using your own language and own words. Another thing I'd like to reiterate is you need to have unique work for this course. If you've taken my course, or if you've taken another 141 or history course and you plan to submit something that you've used previously, it's probably going to flag and turn it in. So please contact me before you submit anything like that. I want to make sure you have options. All right, so we have 4 discussion posts, we have 3 knowledge checks, we have our history essay, and we have our final exam. Those are the basis. That is the basis for this class, for your course assignments. And then for that final exam, I want to offer you an option to do a group presentation, a multimedia group presentation. If you're interested, I'll have some more ideas. This is a working concept. I haven't assigned much group work, but I got a lot of feedback about the want for group work. So if you're interested in that and you can team up with somebody in the class, we'll talk, in detail about that. So our class meets for a total of 6 hours each week. I'm expecting you to log in. If a week passes by and you haven't logged in, I'll probably message you. If a week and a half goes by and you're missing assignments, you're up for being dropped from the class. I want to prevent you from stopping your work in the class, but not disenrolling yourself. So, I'll try to reach out when I can. And in some cases, if you just haven't shown up for an extended amount of time and you haven't completed the assignments in the class, then you're eligible to be dropped. If you have any kind of accommodations, please message me. For your enrollment, it's your responsibility to know your enrollment status. So if you have any questions about that, please reach out to me, or you can also contact admissions for more details. All right, final notes, you must complete all the required assignments at a minimum of 70% to receive a C or in the course, and then a B 80, an A is 90. There's no rounding up, so please ensure that you get the maximum amount of points in the class. And then here is our course calendar. And week one we have the discussion 1 and the knowledge check 1. But from here on out, you'll note that we have 1 assignment. Like for instance, week 2 we have discussion 2. Week 3 we have knowledge check 2. So we'll space it out a little bit. This is to give you extra time to work on start thinking about the essay. And so I'll talk and I will post a video this week talking about the essay. All right, so take a look at the syllabus, write down your questions, create a message in Canvas, shoot those messages out, and let me know what questions, what comments, what concerns that you have. And we'll work together to make sure you have all of the information and are clear on what's expected for each assignment. Thanks again. Welcome again, week 1. Let's go. Have a great day.